Main man here. Y'all know how we get down. We talking boxing. I want to put a disclaimer out there before we get into this thing. I want to say first off, if either one of these dudes is playing the public, and I'm talking to Gervonta Tank Davis and Adrien Broner, well, as well as Floyd Mayweather. If any of this shit is staged, I say to all subs and everybody that hear the sound of my voice, disregard every single word that I say in this video. Because quite honestly, at this point, we don't know if this shit is legit or not. All we do know is Tank Davis has a big fight upcoming in the UK, which he'll be fighting Liam Walsh. We know that Adrien Broner is doing he likes to do things to remain relevant, as well as Floyd Mayweather, who likes to not only keep his fighters relevant, but himself. So with that being said, if this is staged, disregard everything that I have to say from this point forward. Now, let's redo this again. First off, main man. Y'all know how I get down. We talking boxing. First off, I want to give a special shout out to none other than Adrien the Problem Broner. I want to give a special shout out to him and his entire corner. All the handlers of Adrien Broner. And I want to say good job for the response that was put out there against Gervonta Tank Davis. Real talk. A lot of people make light of this situation. They say, hey, it's all jokes. I'm so sick and tired of him, Broner and Floyd bicker, and they act like children and blah, 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 blah. Y'all know what's going on. But this situation right here is fucked up. Way fucked up. For many different reasons. The last video that I did on Adrien Broner, first off, I gave him major props. Because the video before that, I was done with Adrien Broner. But I gave him major props. And for the reason that I thought for the first time in a long time, Adrien Broner had gained his independence. He was able to stand on his own 2 feet. He fully promoted a fight card with just his fighters. Promoting Robert Easter Jr. and them. He promoted and he filled in a small arena with just his fighters. And I thought that was beautiful. He did not use the help of TMT, anything to do with Floyd Mayweather at all. He did this with his name, his people. It was his show. And I wish he would have put his fight on that particular card with Adrian Granados, but it didn't go down like that. Oh, we about to get into this shit. That was the first time I thought in a minute that Adrien Broner was gaining his independence, man. Y'all seen him in I don't know if it was the press conference before his fight with Granados. And the way he was talking, the way he was telling his people, like, yo, man, we packed that place, man. We did that shit. We ain't used nobody else's help. It was just us. And I found a newfound respect for Adrien Broner because I accepted who he was inside of the ring. But he by leaps and bounds improved his standing outside of the ring in my eyes by doing that. And that was just a start, ladies and gentlemen. That was just a start. I always say the number one thing that Adrien Broner got going for him is his popularity. Well, quite honestly, I think a lot of the people are starting to say, it's just like the rap game, how can we use Adrien Broner's popularity to our advantage? In Mayweather's case, where the rocky relationship between him and Mayweather is up and down, up and down. 1 minute him and Broner cool. Then they beefing. Then then they cool again. Then Broner calls him out. Then they beefing. Then they cool again. Then it's just so much. I clearly don't think that these two are the best of friends no more. The reason I stopped fucking with Adrien Broner is because he kept running to Floyd. He don't need Floyd. He didn't know Floyd. Floyd didn't get him popular like that. He didn't know Floyd before boxing. He didn't know Floyd until he became who he was. And then Floyd come buzzing around. But the thing I was disappointed with Adrien Broner was, yo, you keep calling this fuckboy Big Bro. You're like, yo, Big Bro this, Big Bro that. The Big Bro that keep putting you out there. The Big Bro that's been sneak dissing you for years. That Big Bro. The Big Bro who tried to put another fighter against you in Earl Spence. The Big Bro who almost, danced on your grave when you were down and under. Everybody like, oh, man, why you want to clown for mess with Floyd Mayweather? He pulled Broner out of his suicidal thoughts and shit. That was straight up bullshit. And I was even more pissed off at Broner because after all that, I'm going to kill myself shit, you go back running to Floyd, the same big bro, and you thinking, oh, well, I'm back in Floyd's good graces, when only thing that Floyd wanted you over there for was to use your name. They promoted the Ashley Theophane on the back of Adrien Broner. The Ashley Theophane and Broner fight. They promoted that fight on the back of Adrien Broner. They promoted the fight with Adrien Broner and Sean Porter on the back of Adrien Broner. They promoted the last fight between Adrian Granados and Adrien Broner on the back of Adrien Broner. And Floyd had a hand in all of those fights. So the reason that Floyd was down to make up with you, I'm sure Al Heyman told him, look, man, make up with this kid. Show him a good time. Spin him around a little bit. We all gonna get paid off this kid. And that's exactly what the fuck happening, man. And now you see Floyd clearly is once again putting Broner in a position to use him again, man. I'm pretty sure he got to Tank Davis and told him to call out Adrien Broner. You know what I mean? Call out Adrien Broner to hype up your fight. This is straight out of the playbook of Mayweather. He's always said, to be as successful as me, you got to have the look, you got to have the talk, and most importantly, you got to have the controversy. And I've heard Floyd Mayweather use Broner's name in so many ways. Other fighters, they ask, well, who you going to have this fight? Well, maybe he's going to fight Adrien Broner. He uses Broner's name so much for his popularity. What people don't understand, the Chris Brown and Soulja Boy fight, that was Broner's idea. People don't even know that. It was Adrien Broner that came out with that idea. Floyd then hijacked it and said he was going to promote it. If you don't believe me, look up the build-up to between Broner and Adrian Granados, and look when they asked him about that fight. It was Broner's idea. He just gave it to Floyd. Say, you know what? Floyd, I'm not going to trash him. It is what it is. It's like every time I come up with something. See, it's like old rappers and young rappers. Old rappers got to keep their ear to the street. Old rappers got to have somebody out there to tell them what's hip because they far removed from that shit. And it's the same way with Floyd. Floyd is far removed from what's hip of today. So what he does is he sticks next to Broner, who constantly shows him what's hip today, and he uses that. And also the popularity of Adrien Broner's craziness, man. So basically, they using Broner's popularity now to hype up Tank Davis's fight. And that's fucked up. The main reason that it's fucked up, ladies and gentlemen, is the fact that it was Adrien Broner that brought Tank Davis to Floyd Mayweather. It was Adrien Broner that brought Tank Davis to Barry Hunter's gym up here in D.C., Headbangers Gym. It was Adrien Broner who brought him into the gym with the AB shirt on, standing for About Billions Promotions. But the fact is, Adrien Broner did not have his business in order at that time. And so what did he do? He passed him on to Floyd Mayweather. And Floyd Mayweather says to this day, according to Broner, every time he sees him and he talks about Tank, he says, thank you for that one, AB. Thank you for giving me Tank. That's what Floyd Mayweather is doing from Adrien Broner. He ain't doing nothing but stealing. And it's Broner that now I really believe at this point, he knows that shit, man. He knows Floyd ain't doing nothing but lingering around him to steal something, whether it's the swag. I've even heard Floyd use the same quotes as Adrien Broner. That one thing he had said, in the build up to I want to say it was the Canelo fight when he was like, I'm young, I'm fly, I'm flashy, see y'all on September 8th. That was Adrien Broner's quote, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all don't even understand that shit. Y'all don't even see what's going on. He is stealing that kid's whole swag, Joe, everything that kid is doing. Look at that. And so Adrien Broner's last fight, we seen true separation between him and Floyd. I think the suicidal thing was the final straw for Adrien Broner because he really put himself out there. I mean, he really put himself out there. When he called out Floyd for that fight, that's how Broner really feels, and he's been feeling that way for a long ass time. But what made me fucked up with him was the fact that he kept going back to the same old good old boy cookie cutter image that they wanted of him. He kept on going back to basically kissing Floyd's ass. And I thought he did not need Floyd. When he called out Floyd for that fight, I wanted him to keep going with that shit. Win, lose, or draw, you win, Broner. You win if you get Mayweather in the ring. Win, lose, or draw. When he beat Theophane and he called out Floyd right then and there, I couldn't have been no more prouder than Adrien Broner. And then you got some of you fuck boys on here talking about some, Adrien Broner shouldn't bite the hand and feeds him. Oh, that's his problem. He's a knucklehead. He wants to run his man. He don't want to listen to nobody. He should want to Floyd be an example. Man, Floyd is using this kid and it seems like no one else is getting this shit. Y'all don't understand. And then he turned around and used the same kid that Broner actually got love for against him. Tank, you, that was a sucker move, man. That was a real sucker move. And I got love for Tank, but that was a sucker move, dog. That was a real, I have never heard Broner say one bad fucking word about Tank. And Tank got to do this. This is why I got to believe this is fucking either staged or they in cahoots. This just doesn't add up. You know, I noticed Tank over the weekend when he got into it with Tevin Farmer, man. He was all dressed up in like casual shirts and shit. Come on, man, that ain't Tank. That ain't fucking Tank. That ain't the Tank we all come to know. Yeah, I understand. You mature, you got to grow up. I get it. But that wasn't Tank. We ain't never see Tank going at cats like that. That's Mayweather putting the battery in his back the same way he did with Broner. And he's doing the same shit with Tank. I think the only person in that camp that was smart and wise enough to not go for Floyd's bullshit is Badu Jack. Look at Badu Jack. When next time Badu Jack don't be goo-goo gaga when Floyd around. You know, he don't be answering questions the way Floyd want him to answer. Why y'all think Floyd had to step in at the end of the Badu Jack and James DeGale fight and give an explanation? Because at the end of the day, Badu Jack and Floyd's ideology don't always line up. But Tank Davis will soon see who Floyd really is. And it's fucked up, dog. You turned on the dude that put you in this shit, man. You went on the dude that got you to help you get to where you are today, man. That put you in contact with certain people, man. This was fucked up. Well, people don't know what went down at Headbangers Gym for the fight for Tank Davis, man. There's a lot behind it. I'm just giving a generalized thing, but I've heard a hell of a lot more that I'm not going to disclose in this vid. It was a battle for Tank. It wasn't just the easy handle. There was a lot involved with many different parties pertaining to Gervonta Tank Davis. But the one thing we do know is that it was Adrien Broner that helped get him to the table. And now that this kid is eating, he's straight spitting this shit out on Adrien Broner. And it's really fucked up. But I will say, if they are in cahoots together, then fuck Broner and fuck this whole video. You know what I'm saying? If they staging this shit, if next week we see them all in the club and shit or playing basketball or some crazy ass shit like that, got us all riled up, you know what I mean? Then fuck them. I'm never talking about it again. But the fact is, I think this one might be genuine because Broner has been feeling like this towards Floyd for quite some time. In the Adrien Granados fight, he suppressed that shit. He suppressed the fact that Floyd stole the Soulja Boy and Chris Brown fight. He suppressed the fact that what Floyd was, he was happy that Gervonta Tank Davis was with Floyd. He suppressed the fact that he actually wanted Floyd. I don't know what Al Heyman told Adrien Broner. I have no idea. But the fact still remains is that once again, in this particular time, Adrien Broner has called Floyd Mayweather a bitch again. A bitch again. So let's see, you know, after the Tank Davis upcoming fight, we'll see how they really feel about each other. But let me just get on the fact before I end this video about Tank Davis calling out Adrien Broner. Actually, like from a boxing standpoint. And that is just foolish. It ain't realistic. It's not going to happen. You got more than enough killers in your own division to deal with before you think you want to come up a possible 2 weight classes to challenge Adrien Broner. And I like Tank. Tough fighter. Good fighter. On his way. I don't think he's quite there yet. I was impressed with his last fight. His last couple fights. But those were flat-footed, fighters. I can't wait to see what Tank does against a skillful fighter. But to jump out there against Adrien Broner, a guy that's way bigger than you, and he will, I think, knock your ass out, given the power difference. You jumping out there, bruh. You jumping out there. You putting that cart before the horse, man. And don't let Floyd get in your head. Broner warned of this shit months ago. He warned of this shit actually a while ago. Like, that's the one thing that I hope doesn't happen to Tank Davis, that he get around Floyd, he see the lights, he see the cameras, he see the glitz and the glamour, and he lose himself. Well, quite honestly, that's exactly what it looks like Tank Davis is doing. He better get a grip and get a grip fast, because the day he loses that title, Floyd Mayweather is out the fucking door. Trust and believe. To the next video, Main Man Made Man. Don't forget to subscribe. Twitter, Made Man 511. Facebook, Main Man Made Man Boxing Forum. Google Plus, Main Man Made Man. This was a video I did not want to make, because I got love for for both of these dudes. These dudes train in my hometown. Gervonta Tank Davis grew up right down the highway. You know what I'm saying? Adrien Broner, he comes here to D.C., man. To train here in D.C., man. These dudes are like right in my yard, man. So I hate to see this, man. I really do. It's fucked up. Y'all let this fuckboy Floyd Mayweather come between y'all like this, man. So I'm hoping this is all business, and I'm hoping y'all honestly, I'm hoping y'all in cahoots. Because if this some real rap, that's fucked up. Real shit. And Tank, man, that shit gonna come back on you. So to the next video. Peace out.